Oh man, it says we are started and going. That's just absolutely amazing. But what's not amazing is my focus channel here. Focus channel, baby. Yeah, and the audio levels. I also have no idea if I'm in focus or not. But hey, welcome. Totally streaming from the stream box here. Gonna wait for y'all to come in and join the show. Man, I should probably lower my chair. Maybe I can lower my chair. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, does it look like super weird, yo? I think it looks super weird. Should I switch my screen? Maybe it's my settings. It might be my settings. Because that was like on 360 and that would be really bad. So, okay. It looks like... Are we okay? What's up, Yankee? Cannon? Kirby. What's up, dude? I don't know if this is right. I hope it's right, because I don't want to redo everything. I really don't. Let's be real. I really don't. So, is it clear? Like, you guys got to give me you're all good. He says you're all good. I don't want it to be like halfway good. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be amazing, because it's amazing out there. Oh, how was your day, man? Well, it was my first, like, real day off, because I don't know what happened the last day off. I guess I was, like, freaking out because I, like, failed tests and everything. Guys, I've got all kinds of stuff still. Like, what is this? This is a Ryzen 7 1800X. I got 1080 Ti's. Oh, man. I sold, what did I sell today? I sold a couple of stuff. Bitcoin is going to the moon! Not yet. I don't have my spaceship outfit on, you know? I don't have that on yet because it's not there yet. I said I will get the outfit on when it goes to 5,000. And it's not at 5,000! Let's be real here. It's not at 5,000. It's at 4,740 and 54 cents thanks to Kirby, who's helping us out here. Okay, so what the heck am I talking about doubling your money? So I'm actually streaming from a stream box, so I'm not able to show you my screen, which is super lame, right? But there was actually some really interesting news about I have like the alert set up, right? And I gotta find the guy who did it, but apparently there was another mining facility that came out as like a complete scam. Like it was just a complete scam. And it was terrible because the way they did it was hiring or not hiring, but getting investors. All right. So they took these like investors on and then they just totally screwed them over in a way because they were like not paying their electric bill. They weren't paying rent bill. So the story goes, they had this facility and they were like going to rent these, not even a facility, more like renting an office space. And they're like, yeah, we're going to rent this office space. It was in New York. And, but they didn't get permission to do stuff with the landlord. And so they like went in and like, hey, Robert, hey, Riper, dude. So when you starting the mining back up, right? So let's get it going. So they had this contract to use these office spaces, and they didn't tell anybody what they were doing. So they went in there and set up this huge mining facility and then added like new transformers in and like got the power company to come out and somehow circumvented the landlord amongst all this. They must have just, I'm sorry, but you're just probably not a good landlord in that case. If you didn't know this was going on, right? Well, then they didn't pay the electric bill. So the electric bill company like goes to the landlord and it's like, yo, like your tenants aren't paying. So then he looks and he's like, oh wait, my tenants aren't even paying me. So now they're like this huge lawsuit. And I'm like, what? What? Is there anybody legitimate out there? Like what? I mean, who's left? Who's left? And if anybody that is left, are they actually real? Like, are they a legitimate, trustworthy company? Come on, guys. This is the name that crypto gets. This is what mining gets for us, right? We trust our assets and money with these people, and then they go do stuff like that. Like, really? I mean, I'm going to make a list. I'm going to make a list, right? And it's going to be like all of the mining companies that existed. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the exchanges because there's plenty of YouTube channels that talk about trading and stuff. And I'm gonna put all that together, and we're gonna put like it when they started and when they ended and why. And it's gonna be like lawsuit or failure to pay clients or stole everyone's money or held all the coins. Like we're gonna go down the whole list, and then there's gonna be like in the middle of there's gonna be like digital gold and closed account. Like there's not gonna be anything. Because everybody else, I mean, I guess Genesis mining is still legitimate. I guess, are we going to go with that? Is Genesis still legit? I don't know. Let's look it up. Yankee says we are running power this week for our farm. Yes, go, Yankee, go. Yankee's not stopping. He's mining all the way to the 2020. Okay, so let's look this up. Has anybody even been to Genesis mining in the last, like, 3 months? Are they, like, still, I mean, we don't even know. So we're going to go to Genesis Mining and just check it out. All right. So over 2 million people, 2.000.000 with the world's leading hash power provider based on altcoins, of course. Start Bitcoin mining today. So if I hit start mining now, okay, it says sign up. Okay. So let me click on pricing and see if we can get to anything. Okay. So okay, back in stock. All right, so they got limited offer, you know, 57, 500, and 4,000. So reasonable plans here. That might not be reasonable to some of you, but, you know, reasonable. 2-year contracts here. I didn't have no contract. You know, X11. Oh, they're all X11. Wait, I want to see Bitcoin. Sold out. This is what I love about these people. So you go to their main website, it says start Bitcoin mining today. And you're like, yes. It's super simple. The mining rigs are already set up and running. As soon as you're set up your account, you get to start mining your first coin using our Bitcoin cloud mining service. And then you go to do it, and then it says sold out. So you can't do it. We got gold, platinum, diamond, and it's like, you know, 25 terahashes for $1,000, you know, like out of stock. They need to change their site, seriously. So they're probably still up and running, which is good, right? I mean, Thomas Flake is here, received a case and decent in the Carolinas. Genesis mining due to operations as an under-regulated mutual fund. Yeah, I don't know, Thomas. How's the mine in Virginia Beach doing? What mine? Robert, there's no mine here. Thomas Flake, I believe, runs Becuse LLC, and he must have had an auto set up for a meetup group, which I totally went to. Met some cool guys, but he was totally not there. So I totally paid $5 for nothing, Thomas. I didn't even get a tour. Thomas. So if anybody knows Thomas, tell him he owes Digital Gold a tour. Anyways, yeah. So I'm working my jam, and we're gonna talk about today, if you guys want. I mean, you guys can tell me I don't want to talk about that, and we won't. But I'm just curious. Do you want to talk about mining and this new system I was thinking of, and like creating this software? See, I mean, I think we could do it. We could start out. We got to figure out a plan. We got to figure out the plan. Oh, that's the worst part, but it's the best, right? So we got to talk about how much we're going to charge per subscription, per maybe feature, because you don't want to get too much. We could start out flat rate, and then we could go up from there. Come back in a couple weeks. I owe you a tour. Yes! Woo! I'm getting a tour. That deserves a super chat button right there. Okay, Thomas Flake is out. He says come back in a couple weeks. All right, I will come back in a couple weeks, dude. Definitely. And get a tour. That would be terrific. And he might even let me do it live. I don't know, Thomas. I got to meet him beforehand and, you know, chit-chat for a minute. And then if he lets me, I'm going to take my backpack and we can do it live. I'm sure he'll tell me what to not film, which is, you know, confidential. every facility has that. And I'm sure he can be like, well, just don't shoot over there. But hopefully, that would be great. I got to have good Wi-Fi. So, Thomas, if you're there, I need strong Wi-Fi. Because I shoot in high quality here, baby. Anyways, I don't know why I'm so happy. All this is iced tea. It's just like Gold Peak iced tea, right? With the Superman cup. Yep. It's old school, baby. My other cup's getting washed, my good cup. So I got to go back to the good old Superman. Anyways, so basically what I'm thinking, if we do like a subscription service, and I was getting some feedback from you guys on YouTube, and it looks like some of you are interested in the software side, and then others of you are interested in the hardware side. And it doesn't look like right now you're both going to be interested in both hardware and software. So if I can do, let's say, a bulk order every month, once a month, and you put in what you want. You're like, okay, I would like 3 RX 6, whatever are we on? Let's just say old school 580s. I want 3 2080 Ti's. I want 3 motherboards. And like, that's your order, right? And I give you obviously the best price because I'm ordering this in bulk. Now, I take your order with like 30 other orders, okay? And then I order all of this together at once, okay? I get it shipped here, no big deal, and then distribute it back to you. Now, there's an even better feature with that, is some of these guys that I'm in contact with will actually direct ship. So, and if you think of like ordering on Amazon, right? Like, oh, 2-day shipping, blah, 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 right? Well, no. You're paying a premium for that because I was getting stuff way cheaper than that, right? Like 30, 40% cheaper than that, okay? So if I can get all this equipment in and then push it out to you guys and even direct ship it to you, places from like either like Newegg or ShopBiz or China, like stuff like that, they'll ship me because 1, I'm a registered company. 2, I've already have a huge order book and what's called like a purchase order relationship with them. And 3, I have wire funds transfer through my bank, right? So I already get that with my bank. So like I don't really pay for wire transfers. So it's kind of things that like all you guys would have to set up, which is a pain in the butt. And you can totally do it. That's fine. But you could just be on this subscription with me and then we like all order it together. And you guys can all chat in there and be like, yo, what are you getting? Yeah, I'm getting like 8 of those motherboards, or I'm getting like 16 GPUs, you know, like you could all chat in there and it would be sweet. And then we could all be like, yeah, I got my stuff. Did you get your stuff? No, it looks like it'll be here in a day. Like, and then I'm in the background, just like, right? I'm getting all that organized, making sure you guys are getting your stuff, making sure you're getting the best price, making sure that the price is basically so low that you could almost resell it at your local market and make a profit. But you won't because you're going to mine with it, but you could. Like, obviously, if you built a relationship and had the contacts and stuff like that, then that's fine. Go do your own business. You don't need me. But if you just want to source stuff through digital gold and get those prices, like, all we have to figure out is to pay for my time. We're good. I mean, so, yeah. All right. Next, let's chat about the coin. What is going on with the coin? What's going on with mining? How many people are mining out there? What is going on? Like, I mean, the price went up, and I thought it was going to be like one of those days where we're hitting $1,000 every hour, right? And it didn't. It didn't. It didn't do that. What are we at? Like, we're not even that exciting. We're at like $4,000, and I was hoping it'd be like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 by tonight. You know, I was waiting all day. I was like, oh man, $7,000. Oh man, it's still at 4,000. How did we do this? So it looks like we just got a little bit of pump and then it came back down. Sounds like a fun store to shop at. Hey, SuperQ99. Thank you. Not Your Normal Miner gets it. Okay, so that's one side of it. What do you guys want to chat about? I'm here for you. I didn't write a script. Are you kidding me? Yeah, right. I do want to understand why what mining companies are still around. Walton Coin is up 5%. Well, I'm pretty sure Walton Coin doubled in a month. Yeah, look at this. Look at this balance. Oh, I don't know if you can see it because, well, let me do the focus thing. Can I do the focus thing? Do the focus thing, baby. Yeah. See, that was at $1,000 last week, and now it's at 2,291. So it works, yo. Walton and all these other coins, it works. So what is this coin? Well, these coins, I think I've told you before that these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins, Zcash, Ion was when we were mining, Bytem was that Asic we bought, Siacoin obviously was the Asics, right? And then Walton coin was the 1080 Ti's. So these were just coins that, you know, the company acquired by either testing rigs or getting things going or some other stuff that we had on our own, or I made deals with people and they said, hey, I'll send you these Walton coins if you do this for me, or I'll send you, you know, some Aeon if you build this, and so stuff like that. So anyways, I haven't changed the values or the price amounts of these coins, and this may not be like 100% accurate of what's in the wallets, right? This is just a calculation for my head to know that this was at like, right, $8,000 last year? No, 2017. In 2017, this was like at $8,000, and now it's at $2,000. Okay, so it hasn't really increased. It's only decreased, but it did double. It did double since 2018 and 2019. See, time is just going too fast for us. So, yeah, I mean, it's exciting that Bitcoin's at 40. It's probably gonna break 5,000 maybe again tonight. I mean, 20% jump is nice, but that's not as exciting as the altcoin market, right? Because the altcoin market is just going bonkers, in my opinion. Now, it only says like 5, 10%, 11%, 20% on some of these, but let's be real here. Like, when you are looking at, that's a 20% on a 24-hour gain high, which is what Bitcoin just did, like the 18-20% gain in a 24-hour period. That's not what that's the wrong math. That's the wrong math for the altcoins, and here's why. You got to think about where you were in December, okay, and then where you are now, and which one jumped more. So Bitcoin went from 3,000 to 4,000, right? But like some of these other coins went from like $1 to $2, or $70 to like $120, right? So that's where it just went crazy, right? So Bitcoin didn't go from 3,000 to 6,000 and or more. It went from 3,000 to 5,000-ish, right? So it's a whole different world when the altcoin market. Now, if you guys are sitting on a lot of Bitcoin, then of course your accounts were pumped a little bit here. But if you're sitting on a lot of altcoin, which I think most of you are, because that's what you can mine today. You can't really mine Bitcoin. I mean, who mines Bitcoin? I don't know anybody that mines Bitcoin. I met one guy in my entire life who actually mined Bitcoin. Because it's just outrageous. It's just outrageous amount of everything. Electric and power and cooling, power to cool the cooling, power for the cooling. It's just, anyways. And the upfront cost to buy those machines and then always be on the cutting edge. Anyways, guys, Bitmain is still going strong. Can you believe that? I'm excited for them. Only because they had to kind of give the boot to the, you know, CEO. But hey, give them a chance. So they came out with their Z11, which I'm sure you guys all know. Top tier performance. Good old amazing stuff from the Z11. Here's the thing, though. I'm thinking that Bitmain is more focused on AI than they are on their mining. And I'm wondering if Bitmain is kind of covertly funding their AI research with their mining equipment. So while on the front end it looks like, oh my goodness, this is who's releasing these incredible hashing power stuff. And I give the developers and the engineers huge credit because, right? Bitcoin Cash is up 35%. Look at that. See? So, but see, this is all for the mining. Think about the mining, guys. You were mining at 100% less, right? So in let's say in, what would that been? That would have been around June, May, June, July. Around July of last year, you were mining way lower difficulty and a way lower price, right? And then the price just went and just stayed there, and you kept mining at that price, right? You're like, oh man, these coins are terrible. I'm barely paying my electric bill. Like, oh, I think I'm gonna shut this off. Oh, it's winter time. I think I might keep it on because it's winter. Yeah, I'm going to keep this on. It's wintertime. It's going to heat my room, and then I can justify the electric price. And you were bringing in all this coin, right, at that time. And what has happened, if you take the spread of what that was and it is now, I mean, you've like doubled your money. Let's be real. You doubled your money. And you didn't, if you kept it, you got to keep it. You can't cash it out. Do not cash it out. Don't you dare cash it out. I mean, unless I don't even know. I don't even know a good reason to cash out. Maybe if you're 90 years old or 80 years old and you're like ready to spend the rest of your life with family. I don't even have a good reason to cash out, ever. I can't think of one. Maybe to stop you from going to jail, if you got in trouble, maybe a lawsuit. Yeah, that would probably be a reason. We should all think about the reasons. What are the reasons to cash out your altcoins when it's a bottom of the barrel market? What is the reason? Because I don't know. I can't think of any legitimate. No, I can't. Okay, so 80 years old, 85 years old probably. You should probably consider it maybe. And a legal issue. But other than that, like, I don't really know. Like, any hardship with the bank and stuff, let's be real. The bank doesn't know how much altcoins you have. If the creditors are coming after you, like they're coming after me or were, like, they don't know how much coin you have. I don't even know how much coin I have. I'll be honest. You think I keep track of all my little wallets and, like, keep all the balances in there and update them all? Like, no way. There's no way people do that. Maybe you do if you're super organized, but I'm, like, updating a spreadsheet, and sometimes I, like, find a wallet, and I'm like, oh yeah, I had that wallet. Oh, look, there's 300 some coins in there. Oh, I better add that to my little account, right? Like, in this low of a market, you don't care. Now, when it's like $20,000 or more a coin in Bitcoin and everything's going nuts, then you're like, where's that wallet key? I need to find the key. Where's the key? Like, you're trying every password. You're like, I want to figure this out. There's like $300,000 in there, right? You're like freaking out, right? That's be real. That's real life. I'm sorry. I know I'm preaching to somebody. I know they're okay. Broke miner here. Been 1 year of mining and never sold anything yet. Waiting for 6 months after Bitcoin halving, then maybe. Well, broke miner, if you want to change your name to millionaire miner, you don't sell. I mean, there is absolutely no reason to sell. I mean, the hodl is a joke in a way, but it's also 100% serious. It's not like, let's jump on the bandwagon and all hodl together. Like, we're talking about changing your future, okay? This is for entertainment purposes. We're talking about your future here with your family and your life. We're not talking about, like, flinging coins around and just willy-nilly selling them on the market because they're like, oh, look, I 10 times my money. I think I should sell. Yeah, beep. And then it's like 300,000 times your money. And you're looking at it going, oh, whoops. I probably shouldn't have sold then, right? Like, what are you, like 40, 50 years old? Like, you don't need it. That would just be stupid. So, write down a list of legitimate reasons. Give me some legitimate reasons right now. I'll just sit here and wait. I want to know legitimate reasons on why you should sell, because I don't think you should. I really don't think you should. I can't think of very many. 80 in legal issues. That's about it. I mean, even credit issues, and you go to court and the bank tries to seize your assets, they're going to come into your home, they're going to take your cars, which you could just sell it like I did. They're going to, like, take a TV if you have one. They're going to try to find cash, which I'm sure you're going to hide. I'm not telling you to do this, right? But you're going to hide anything that looks anything of value, like clothes. Obviously, they're probably going to take any clothes that look... Watches. They're going to take your watches. But they're not going to take your private keys. You could literally put your private keys on a piece of paper with all of your files and like totally just leave it like on the top page. The full private key written out. And the police would come in and they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't have a clue what it is. It could be like $300 million sitting there, and you could just they would be like, okay, papers, junk. Oh, here's a credit card. Oh yeah, let's take his credit card. Yeah, he shouldn't have that, right? Like they're not gonna take your private key. They don't even know what the flip it is, and then they're gonna go to court, and the police is gonna be there, and he's gonna be like, hey, yeah. So what did you find in his house? Well, we found a TV. We found a watch, and, well, he already sold his car, and he had a pretty nice thingamabobber. Oh, he had a computer and a big display. Yeah, we had to take that, too. Like, but he ain't gonna be like, yeah, he had a 300 Bitcoin. He had 672 Litecoin. He had 875 Zcash. They're not gonna do that. Like, I'm not telling you to hide your money, but like, let's be real here. Like, you can put it out in the open, and you can even take a picture with the police. I don't know why I'm thinking this is just a great entertainment in my head. You guys probably hate this story, but you could be in there with the police, take a photo, like a selfie, like, hey, I'm getting what do you call that? I don't know what you call that when the creditors come after you, like. But my assets are being seized, and like there's your private key, and you just like blur it out in your Instagram photo, and the cop's like right there, and then you go to court, and they're like, do you realize this guy was like a crypto millionaire? And the court system, you'd have every defense you needed. Yes, sir. I actually took a photo with the cop right in front of my private key, and he clearly didn't say anything about it. It said coins right on there. It said coins. Because you better believe if they came in your house and you had like gold bullion, right? Or silver stacked up in a frame or a drawer or something, like, yo, they would be seizing that right away, right? So like, oh, our society is so messed up. I can't even handle it. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. What if the banks watch this and writing down what to do, right? Nicola Carving says, watch the banks right now. Dude, no, ain't bank there watching me. Are you kidding me? I love you guys. There's only like 20 of you watching. Maybe a few hundred watch later when it's, you know, more apt to your time zone. But nobody watches this of any value. 50 Cent did that. He shared it on 50 Cent. He has millions of people. I guess 50 Cent, that would be, oh, you're right. 50 Cent did do that, didn't he? Didn't he like get in big trouble with the courts, and then he like was like, one of his buddies was like, hey, you know, you had all your crypto wallets, and then he just totally was like, banking? It's been 10 years, guys. This technology's been around for 10 years, and they clearly have no idea what to do. Trust me. Just go spend more than 20 minutes in a bank. Just do something. I don't know. Open an account or like inquire about stuff and look at the bureaucracy and the things that go around inside of a bank. And don't get me wrong, banks are awesome because they take your paycheck, they make you debit cards, they give you credit, they allow you to have a reputation, and like our entire society is functioning on banks. Don't get me wrong. I love banks, but it's terrible. It's just straight terrible. And there's no fix. There's no fix, right? Because they've built all this system off of corruption, right? They built all this system off of people stealing and money laundering and like doing illicit transactions. Like that is why the bureaucracy exists, because it's a disaster. And man, this, you know, I tell you, every time I live, I have no idea where it comes from, but these things just come in my head. So anyways, lesson learned and all that. One, don't set up a mining facility and not pay your bills, guys. Pay your flipping bills. If you can't pay your bills, don't do it. Just don't set it up. 2, don't bank your company on coin. Do not hold assets of large amounts of coin, or I would say more than like 15% of your entire company's assets in coin. Do not do that. I didn't do that, and if I did do that, I would have been broke way sooner than I am. There's no way you should do that. Number 3, be legitimate, right? So like, if somebody legal asks you what you need to do and you're lying to them, you're gonna get caught. All right, you might get away with it at that time. You might get away with it for 5 years. But eventually, sometime, some point, you don't know who's watching. There's cameras everywhere. You go driving, there's cameras on your phone, there's cameras in your neighbor's house, there's cameras on these TVs now, there's cameras everywhere. So they're watching you. So just be right, be moral, be a good person, right? Because you can't get upset about corruption and then go do corruption. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so anyways, here people are mining on free power. I don't know if you should be doing that either. I'll be honest. Why is Siberia you get free power? I don't know. You should ask the top sales guy about Bitcoin at lunch at your job someday. Yeah. So Robert says I should ask the sales guy about Bitcoin at my lunch. I'll be real. I don't think I'm going to have a relationship with any of those employees. No offense. One, I've learned I'm not that good at making friends. I'm really not. Like, I have friends that understand me because they've been around with me for like my entire life and they just put up with my crap. But like, I'm really bad at making friends. I'll be real. 2, coworkers, like, in my opinion, they're just there to buzz. And I can't stand their worldview because they just like do their job, and some of them don't care and some of them care about the job. But then they're only working for a paycheck to then go drink booze on the weekend or on their time off or as soon as they get off. Like, to me, that's just so vain. I don't even know if that's the word. It's just so blah. It's just so, like, really? Like, you're working this much for this many hours, this hard, to sit around and get drunk with your friends? Like, what? Like, that's basically what most of America does. And I just can't relate to you. Like, you want to talk about going and get drinks with so-and-so, and I'm just like, that's what I do. Like, I mean, also, Robert, there's no like lunchtime. So basically those guys don't take a lunch. They may eat a snack or go grab like a Mountain Dew or something. Like, these people don't eat. I'm telling you, they do not take hour breaks. Nobody gets to sit around and like all have camaraderie in front of your little snack break time, you know, like, it's like go, go, go. So anyways, 10 years of dream gets it. He totally understands, right? Like, I mean, I can't relate to that. Can you relate to that? Maybe you enjoy that. And if that's what you enjoy, right. All right. So what's your opinion on ASIC miners that are actual and coming in the near future, Zcash miners or Bitcoin? Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of you guys know in 2018 there was a big push for FPGAs. And while there are those avid FPGA people out there that think that there's nothing better in the world besides them, I'm going to be honest and say until we see a massive major company produce, you know, usable, easy to understand FPGAs, like as easy as a GPU or easier, like an ASIC is still freaking easy. I mean, you don't have to be too super smart to figure out an ASIC. I mean, you've got to have the ability to know what an IP address is, to be able to find an IP on a network, and to be able to program, copy and paste. Right? Because you already set up a pool, okay? So there's no way you're getting into ASICs without setting up a pool. But if you know those like basic 3 steps, I know how to find an IP on a network, and now I even forgot the steps. Copy and paste and program a login to an Asic. I mean, you're done. You're done. You're flipping done. So that's my opinion on that. I would say that Asic miners in the future, as far as the Zcash miners and things, those are going to still hold a huge anchor in the network. Let's not change the infrastructure of the network. The network is running fine. The network's fine, guys. The network's still alive. The blockchain still exists. You go home and go to bed every night and you wake up, and just as the sun shines, the blockchain still goes on. Okay? It's not going anywhere. It's not going to shut off online. There's not going to be a solar eclipse that burns up all the rigs, or a bomb that what do they call those bombs? The MP bombs. Man, probably shouldn't say that word on YouTube. Probably going to get flagged. Totally going to get flagged. Thanks, YouTube. MP bombs. EMP bombs. Thank you. An EMP bomb is not going to shut off all the ASICs. Like, the blockchain is here to stay. Okay? So, anybody that, if you're getting online or you're talking in person and people are like, oh yeah, was that like a fad? That's not going to last, is it? Because like, just walk away. Like, at this point, I used to tell you to argue with them. I used to be like, yo, shove it down their throat. They need to get on this right now. Bitcoin's at $800. What are you thinking? Get on it. Get on it right now. Nowadays, I just walk away. I don't even tell people. I don't even tell people I'm in blockchain. What's the point? They're just going to argue with you because they think they know stuff and they don't know anything. They don't know anything. They don't even know what a blockchain is. Okay? So don't even get in those conversations. You're going to look way smarter and way wiser if you just walk away. So when you hear people at work or they want to talk to you about blockchain and you're like all pumped up, like sharing like an evangelist, like this is the amazingness of this, don't do it. Because if they're going to just argue with you, they don't even know what they're saying in their own head. Like, for real. They just stand there and spewed out things of articles that they half read and partially understand. Okay? You, however, being a miner, okay, doing it every day, digging into your rig, starting from scratch, watching people like me and other guys build these awesome rigs and facilities and like really digging in deep of new technology and merging, changing, ever coins, forking into other coins and manipulating other wallets and all this crazy stuff. Like, you're a genius. Let's be real. If I could issue genius degrees for blockchain, like almost all of you would have one right now. Okay, but there's no degree. There's no little certificate I can give you. There's nothing that proves to society that you know what the flip you're talking about. But you do. You are a genius. You're like absolutely amazing because you can comprehend how a blockchain works and rightly explain it in front of normal people. Okay? So keep it up, man. And when people are putting you down and going to like bash you for believing in this fake crypto coin stuff, like, dude, just walk away. It's not worth your time. If it was 2016 and the coins were, you know, just in the breaking point of excitement at $800 a coin, and we were going to see a 1,000% increase within the year, like I predicted, then yes, I would have told you to fight them tooth and nail. But nowadays, you're way smarter than that. Just walk away. Anyways, I was thinking of buying the Z9 or wait a new miner. Nikolai, did you know I have massive amounts of Zcash? Do I mine the Zcash? I don't even know. What am I mining? Let me look. I'm not mining anything, by the way. This chair hitting this window sounds like I'm just being a mess. Let's talk about the ASIC miners out there. Right now, guys, the Obelisk is definitely the best one for your money today. We're looking at the Obelisk, the SC1 immersion. Came out in March of 2019. 2.2 terahashes and it's probably a stupid amount of money, but hey, if you can afford it, server style, you're going to get some awesome coinage for your money. And remember, it can all double. Yes, so anybody cranking in the coins with the Sia coin, yeah, you're going to double your money, triple, quadruple. You're going to do amazing. Otherwise, look at next. We're just going to go through the top 5 or 10. Asic Xeon 180K, Asic Miner Xeon, September. That thing is absolutely a beast, and it's customizable, which is really cool. That's going to get you some Zcash as well, some Zencoin, Hushcoin, you know, the same algorithms. You're going to be pulling around maybe $20 a day, where before you were only pulling in $15 a day. Now you're doing amazing, right? All your $15 a day coins just turned into $20. Think about that. Can you even wrap your head around that? How amazing is that? You were mining at like $3 and now you're mining at $20. Almost overnight. Like, that's insane. That's insane. Anyways, of course, there's some more Sia. Sia is really hot with the obelisk. Those are obviously the most profitable right now because, you know, they basically hard forked or in a way and just bricked everybody else's machines. But hey, I got in at a very low price, so I am fine. The A9 plus Z-Mine InnoSilicon, as you know, is still doing, actually is pretty good, right? It's going to profit you maybe about $6 grand a year. You know, $17 a day just went up to an amazing, I'm sorry. From $10 a day just went up to an amazing $17 a day, of course, for Zcash. So you can already see, guys, probably by the first few of these ASICs that we're not seeing a huge spread of coins, right? Let's be real here. We're seeing Zcash and Sia coin and you know, some of these Dash coin, like these are going to be your top players, okay? Like time, they've stood the test of time, because in crypto world, if you last longer than 8 months, like, you made it, in my opinion. Like, if you can keep a coin legitimate and keep it moving for 8 months, you're going to be doing fine. Otherwise, if you guys got like $4 grand, you want to buy the SPX 336, go right ahead. That came out in September, putting 540 Zcashes for Dash. I would probably not suggest that unless you were, what do they call those, super nodes? If you were like a super node or a master node or something like that, then I would highly suggest you investing in some of this. If you already don't have that ability, or you can't acquire a super node or those, I'd kind of steer away from that. Otherwise, the A9 Plus Z Master, the A9 Z Master, the Obelisk Slim, like, I mean, these are still solid, profitable coins. Now, machines. Now, what seems to be not profitable today doesn't mean it won't be profitable in the future. So that doesn't mean you should shut it off. So don't take it as, oh my goodness, he just shared a bunch of rigs that I don't have, I'm going to shut mine down. No, you're still going to double your money. You're probably going to double your money quicker than some of these guys who own these machines. But to answer your question is, I would say when you're asking me like what you should buy necessarily, I'm going to say personally, unless you can acquire large amounts of some of those older ASICs, right? Like, let's say somebody's redoing their mining, right? And they're like, yo, I just want to get rid of these 30 machines. They're just not worth my investment. You're going to be able to acquire them at a very low rate and be able to make up your money way faster when it doubles, because then you're going to double. So mine in the negatives with those really cheap machines already used, and then double your money, right? I mean, that's the way to go, okay? Now, another scenario you could do, besides just buying them low, is, of course, take the risk and buy huge amounts in the very beginning. And when you do that, there's two ways to look at that. You either should have bought coin and not mined it, right? Which is usually what people argue. Or you could have, you could just do so well with the coin that everybody regrets not buying it, right? Because that's just part of the risk. So if you guys want to mine something like Decred, like, let me give you a good example. Let's say you're like, dude, I want Decred. I just know Decred's going to last. I wish there was a way to get Decred at a miner that was powerful and going to stand the test of time, be high quality, and just keep going strong, right? Let's hypothetically, right? Well, you contact me in a scenario and be like, yo, do you have any Decred miners? And I look it up and I'm like, yo, actually, I have the IBLinks DSM6T. And you're like, I'll take them all, right? And you work out a deal with me and it's like only a couple of $2,000 or $3,000, right? You're like, you got in at, I don't know, that would probably be close to like 80% less of what it originally cost the original owner to do that, right? So you paying the shipping and something like that from anybody online, you find them on Reddit, you find them on 4chan, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you can find these people, okay? And you can acquire these ASICs at like fractions of the cost, right? So you're gonna do amazing because those are gonna double. I mean, and you're gonna be mining at such a low rate. Now you're mining in the negatives right now, right? But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because you're negative $5, $10 a day, right? If you can afford it, right? Electric, just afford the electric, okay? Is going to increase so drastically that it was worth suffering through that. Because we're not talking about, oh man, I'm going to mine for 5 years and never see any return. No, we're talking about within about a year's frame. No coin have I seen, no legitimate coin, I should say. A lot of crap coins. No legitimate coin, mineable coin, that the mass public adopted in the crypto mining space has been around that just became unusable after 3 to 4 years, and everyone mined it, and everyone mined it for that long, and everyone said this was going to be good, and everyone piped it up, and then it just crashed after like 4 or 5 years. That doesn't happen. What you see is spikes and dips all within a few months. Months, guys. We're talking about like you blink and it's there. Like 90 days, right? I mean, that's where you're going to get a feel of these things. So when you're able to acquire these ASICs at such an astronomically low rate right now, do not try to do this in 8 months from now. It won't happen. Because I guarantee you in 8 months from now, it's going to be trouble triple to find anything on the marketplace. The reason that this YouTube channel is so low and so like nobody's here and like Google Trends is like tanking for Bitcoin, right? Because this is the time to acquire your arsenal. This is the time to get ready, okay? Whether that's buying equipment, building your facilities, getting in contact with a community, reaching out to me, figuring something out. This is the moment. This is the moment that everybody says when Bitcoin's at 20, 30,000, 100, 200,000, they say, oh man, if only I could have invested in 2019. Man, you know that's true. You know it's true. Everyone that sits around, they say that. They just say, that's all I hear. That's all I hear. People from 2014 say, oh man, if I only could have gone in 2012. You know, like what? That was like a year or so. It wasn't even a year sometimes. It was like an 8th, 9th month period, okay? So we are on the very end, just about the very end before the breakout again. And we can watch an old video. I'm going to go pull it up. We can watch an old video when I was in the mine, and I told everybody, guys, we're maybe halfway through this right now. We got a long way to go. I don't even know if we're halfway looking at historical trends, okay? And yeah. Oh, okay. What do we got here? You sold all yourself? What? What are you talking about? Kaylaid said, why are you all online when Bitcoin goes 15% up? Buy facilities? Laugh out loud. You sold all yourself. Look at you have a whale cap on. What? Yep. His Apple shirt. Yeah, it's an Apple shirt. I worked for Apple. Yesterday he had his Jared Walmart shirt on. Oh boy, this guy's a chatter. Watch out. Okay, let's go to the people who actually want to talk. What's your favorite mineable altcoin at the moment? I would say my favorite mineable coin at the moment. What do you mean? Can you, Nicole? Can you specify mineable in what way? Mineable because they're pretty much all mineable. Like mineable through an Asic, FPGA, or GPU or CPU. Because I would probably give you a different coin for every scenario. So, anyways, yeah, Kalad is just fired up. He must have taken some energy drink coming into town. No, I'd love to get my spacesuit on. Right, I got my spacesuit right there, guys. I'd love to get it on right now, but Bitcoin has to be at $5,000, and it's not. It's not. Okay, yeah. People want to buy my 1080 Ti's. Did you guys want a 1080 Ti? I got like 3 left. I got 1 in here I play Fortnite on, but I don't need to do that because I have a real job now. I got 1 downstairs in a box. So that's 2. I got 1 listed on Marketplace. So I got 2 more 1080 Ti's. If anybody wants them. They'll probably be gone by the weekend, but anyways. Okay, name one for ASIC and GPUs. Okay, so I would say for ASICs, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to give you the exact model, but yeah. So my favorite ASIC mineable coin is Litecoin, and that's a historical meaning behind it because I was mining Litecoin at such an astronomically low price. You know, when it was like $4. What is Litecoin at today? And I was doing it on a rig. So now you can only do it on ASICs. And there's not really a good ASIC Litecoin out there. I mean, they're just kind of okay. But yeah, $77, right? So I was mining it at like 100% less than what it was. So that's probably mine for Litecoin. What about GPU mining? Well, I actually used to be an avid AMD fan, and mainly because there wasn't software for the NVIDIA side for mining. You had to be, you not only be a programmer, but be like beyond the programmer level, like engineer programmer level. So yeah, I would say closer to any coin. Honestly, I wouldn't say I have a favorite right now, but any solid coin that you can get 1080 Ti power out of is where I would land for sure. Because the 1080 Ti's, well, 2080 Ti's even, if you can afford it, or any NVIDIA. Let's just go any NVIDIA. 1660s, all of them. Anything that you can get out of NVIDIA, I think is a solid mineable coin. No offense to the AMDs. I just think that it's just a premium level, right? I worked for Apple, so obviously I care, not obviously, but I care a little bit more about the finer things, right? So like Apple prides themselves in creating a perfection of a phone, right? Like whether you think that or not is irrelevant. Oh, look, I'm getting a call. Let's see. Hello, this is Jared. I can get her. Can you give me a second? Be right back, guys. Okie dokie. Anyways, so we're still on. I don't remember where I was going with the premium thing, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know what I was talking about. All right, get your NASA suit on. Don't think Binance needs an ID. I don't remember giving them one when I signed up. I saw yesterday selling your rigs and know you wear Bitcoin cap because it went up 15%. The whale? Few big Bitcoin owners. Lucky it rains outside there. I'm no Apple man. All right. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Boom. All right. Mr. Kaylee just kind of like overtook the chat, so I'm gonna have to put him in timeout. He's driving everybody nuts, and if he's not, he's driving me nuts. I kind of warned him, but he didn't listen. I warned you nicely. Anyways, so Insane Beats says, "Hi, Pickets here. Thank you for joining. Appreciate the care and the support." Anyways, yeah, that phone call like totally threw me off. So you guys, what was I even discussing? Oh, my favorite mineable coin. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not in the actual mining facility anymore, right? I'm selling off equipment like this Ryzen 7 1800X. I went to Best Buy today, guys, and I saw a Ryzen 7 for $329. I was like, man, that is one expensive processor. But it was the Ryzen 7 2800X with the cooler, which is surprising. Usually they don't ship those with big coolers. So, opinion on Grin. Grin is like, Grin's one of those coins where, oh, how do I say this nicely? There's more value of the hype of Grin than Grin algorithm itself. That's what concerns me about Grin. If Grin had more power inside of itself, then the hype would come later. But they pushed the hype before they pushed the software, in my opinion. So you're going to see a lot of change in Grin, a lot of development in Grin, which is good. It's good, don't get me wrong. But I wish that change and stuff brought up the hype. So that's my opinion. The 2700X probably, yeah. Best Buy is overpriced on everything. No, I know. I'm just saying like, well, I sold one of these today for like $100 to a guy, and I'm thinking, man, $300. So you could basically build 3 rigs for the price of one CPU at Best Buy. Obviously, Best Buy is marked up, but like when mining comes into play and everybody's mining, you're going into Best Buy looking for stuff because you can't find it anywhere, and they're sold out even on their shelf, as astronomical as their prices are. Dude, I remember the Instagram pictures of people taking them at Best Buy going, you know, swearing at us miners because there's nothing there, because it gets that bad. It's like the apocalypse when mining explodes. It's never just a consistent. Mining is not consistent. Let's be real. Mining doesn't just like, you just, like the mining community just stays on this wavelength and then slowly goes up. Mining is like the ocean. I mean, it's either like incredible and everybody's just grabbing everything, or it's like the bone dry desert and companies are trying to give you cards. Like, you know how many people contacted me and was like, yo, I got overstock, man. I'm gonna give you an amazing deal. Like, right? They're just trying to sell me anything they had because they were like so overstocked. And I was like, dude, I gotta close up, man. I can't do it. I can't make it, man. So anyways, yeah, you're gonna build more rigs. I've considered it. I was very turned off to the idea. I mean, I do have a natural talent for building rigs, and people like it when I build rigs, and it's fun to build rigs, and it's good to film building rigs. So, I mean, I'm not as turned off to it as I was, you know. I mean, I'm getting over the pain, but I would say that if I build rigs, I want to build it so I can teach other people to build, right? So let's do a small community group or a class of like 10 or 15 people. We all go together and we all have our little stations and we have all of our equipment and we build a rig together. And like I teach you, this is the fastest, most efficient way to build this rig. Because if you build it this way, you're going to be able to build 30 more rigs than your partner next door, because he's going to be tinkering around wondering what you're doing, what he's doing, and you're going to know what to do. Like, that's what I would prefer. Does that make sense? 10-year dream? 10-year daydream? 10-year daydream? It looks like 10-yard dream from here, but 10-year daydream. I want to be like, you know, like you see the Zumba classes or what do you call those wheelie things? I saw a video the other day of the spin bikes, bike spinning, right? And like, so there's like this huge group and then there's like this one instructor doing the spin bikes. Like, that's what I would like to do, because I know I'd be helping a lot of people. Like, I'm up there being like, yo, let's build this rig. And we like get all excited and build the rig together. And then like all of you are out there doing like, yes, build it, right? Like that would give me excitement. If I'm just like building rig in my home, like that whole excitement, it's just not there anymore because of everything that happened, basically. We don't need to get into that. Anyways, so yeah, it's been a solid hour with you guys. It's been a solid 20, 30 people watching. That's amazing. I'm sorry it goes so long. Most people hate it that it goes that long, but yeah. I'm going to go to North Carolina tomorrow. Maybe I can get this thing to stream remotely. We'll see. If not, maybe it won't be raining and I can stream outside and show you another portion of my life. We'll see. We'll see. More to come. More to come. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining. We'll probably break 5,000 tonight. Maybe I'd say 5350. I say. Wouldn't be surprised if I wake up and see the all-time high of tonight was 5350. But hey, been wrong before, been right before. So we'll see. But don't let that think this isn't necessarily meaning it's the beginning. It could just be a hype, and we could see a massive crash come again before. If it does go up to around 8,000 to 9,000, you will see a crash back down to the $4,000 range. So don't let that scare you. Do not cash out. Keep on mining. Here it is 3 a.m. and I'm watching. Always a good time for learning. So keep mining, guys. Stay strong. Mine on. Stay strong, guys. Mine on. Man, I ran out of tea. How did I run out of tea? How do I always run out of tea? I need more tea. Yeah, it's raining pretty bad. That's for darn sure. Not gonna lie. Pretty bad. Okay, bye-bye.